In this episode, we are counting down the top 10 wisdom shorts from Plato, including the Ring of Gyges as well as the three parts of the soul, both from his work, The Republic. You don't want to miss this must-see episode. Welcome to Ancient Wisdom.
Number 10. The Noble Lie, The Republic. Plato introduces the concept of the noble lie in the Republic as a tool for social cohesion within the ideal state. The noble lie is a carefully crafted myth or narrative created by the ruling class to maintain order and unity among citizens. According to Plato, individuals within the society are classified into different classes based on their inherent qualities and abilities. The noble lie serves to justify and reinforce this class structure by instilling a shared belief in a common origin story, often involving a divine or heroic element. By promoting a narrative that connects citizens to a shared destiny and emphasizes their distinct roles within the society, Plato believes the noble lie can foster loyalty, stability, and a sense of purpose among the population. The noble lie raises ethical questions about the use of deception in governance, prompting considerations about the balance between the pursuit of a harmonious society and the potential manipulation of citizens through fabricated narratives. While it may be seen as a means to an end in Plato's vision of an ideal state, it also highlights the tension between truth and the pragmatic needs of maintaining order in a complex society.
Don't trust the government. The noble lie teaches us to question when leaders prioritize keeping everyone calm over being completely honest. In our lives today, it's a reminder that leaders should be open and honest, and we all play a part in making sure things are done with integrity. Do you agree?
Number 9. Form of the good, the Republic. The form of the good is a specific form within Plato's broader doctrine of forms. In Plato's philosophy, the form of the good occupies a central and transcendent role. Introduced in the Republic, this concept represents the ultimate source of truth, knowledge, and morality. According to Plato, the visible world that we perceive with our senses is characterized by imperfections and change. However, beyond this material realm exists a higher reality, the world of forms or ideas, where eternal and unchanging archetypes reside. The form of the good is considered the pinnacle of these forms. It is the highest and most fundamental essence that illuminates and gives purpose to all other forms, providing the basis for understanding truth and virtue. The good is not merely a specific instance of goodness, but is the very principle that allows goodness to exist. Plato posits that those who grasp the form of the good possess a profound understanding of the nature of reality and morality, guiding them in the pursuit of a just and virtuous life. This concept profoundly influences Plato's ethical and metaphysical thought, influencing subsequent philosophical traditions.
Follow timeless truths. Live by what you know is right and true, be kind and fair, keep learning, and make choices that make you a better person and contribute to a better world. Commit to continuous learning and ethical choices, contributing to personal growth and a better society. Does this resonate with you?
Number 8. The three parts of the soul, the Republic. In the Republic, Plato introduces the concept of the three parts of the soul as a fundamental element of his psychological and ethical philosophy. According to Plato, the soul is divided into three distinct parts: reason, logos, spirit or courage, thumos, and appetite or desire, epithumia. Reason, logos associated with intellect and critical thinking, seeking truth and philosophical understanding. Spirit or courage, thumos involves courage, assertiveness, and the drive for honor, aligns with reason for virtuous behavior. Appetite or desire, epithumia tied to basic desires and bodily pleasures, controlled by reason and courage for virtuous living. The tripartite model of the soul highlights the importance of reason governing over spirit and desire for individual and societal harmony. A just and virtuous person, according to Plato, maintains a balanced soul where reason takes the lead.
Think smart. Stay brave. Control urges. Find a balance in your thinking, be courageous in pursuing goals, and manage your desires for a satisfying life. Keep learning, set achievable goals, and practice self-discipline. Understand people, communicate well, and contribute positively to your community. Does this resonate with you on a personal level? Before we continue with our countdown, let's briefly revisit who Plato was. Plato, born around 427 BCE in Athens, Greece, was a philosopher of ancient Greece and a key figure in Western philosophy. He was a student of Socrates and the teacher of Aristotle, forming the foundation of the influential trio in classical philosophy. Plato's philosophical explorations cover a wide range of topics, including ethics, metaphysics, politics, epistemology, and aesthetics. Plato's thoughts and ideas are primarily presented in the form of dialogues, where characters engage in philosophical discussions, often led by Socrates as a central figure. The Republic and the Symposium are among his most famous works, discussing topics like justice, the nature of reality, the philosopher king, and the concept of forms. Central to Plato's philosophy is the notion of the theory of forms, or ideas, proposing that the physical world is a flawed reflection of a higher, non-material realm of perfect and eternal forms. This theory profoundly influenced Western thought. Plato's impact extends beyond philosophy into areas like education, political theory, and ethics. His philosophical legacy has left an indelible mark on the intellectual history of humanity, shaping the way subsequent generations approach fundamental questions about existence, knowledge, and the nature of reality. Now, back to the countdown.
Number 7. The Ring of Gyges, the Republic. The Ring of Gyges is a thought experiment presented by Plato in his work The Republic. It's a story about a magical ring that grants its wearer the power of invisibility. The story centers around a shepherd named Gyges who, while tending to his flock, discovers a ring on the finger of a corpse inside a crack in the earth. Upon wearing the ring, Gyges realizes he can become invisible at will. As Gyges experiments with the ring's power, he uses it to infiltrate the royal palace, seduce the queen, and eventually conspire to kill the king and take over the kingdom. The story raises a profound ethical question. If given the opportunity to act without consequences or accountability, would individuals still choose to act justly and morally, or would they succumb to their basest desires? In The Republic, the Ring of Gyges is used by Plato's character Glaucon to challenge Socrates to defend the intrinsic value of justice. The story serves as a starting point for a discussion on whether individuals are inherently just or if their actions are guided by the fear of consequences. Plato's exploration of this thought experiment delves into the nature of morality, ethics, and the motivations behind virtuous behavior.
Power corrupts. Handle power with caution. Even those with seemingly good intentions can be altered by its influence. Do you agree?
Number 6. The Myth of Air, the Republic. The Myth of Air is a philosophical tale presented by Plato in his work The Republic. It appears in the final book of the dialogue and is recounted by Socrates. The myth describes the journey of a soldier named Air who, after being declared dead on the battlefield, unexpectedly returns to life and recounts his experiences in the afterlife. Air describes a celestial journey where souls choose their next lives, guided by a cosmic pattern of fate. Each soul witnesses the consequences of its past deeds and chooses a new life based on these experiences. The myth emphasizes the concept of justice, as souls are rewarded or punished based on their actions in previous lives. It also introduces the idea of reincarnation and the cyclic nature of existence. One notable aspect of the myth of Air is its exploration of the consequences of individual choices and the moral implications of one's actions. It serves as a narrative framework for discussing the nature of justice, the afterlife, and the potential for spiritual growth through ethical living.
Your choices matter. Your decisions shape your path, not only your present but also your future across lifetime. Live with integrity and justice, fostering the growth of your soul over the course of your journey.
Number 5. Plato describes love. Plato's quote, "At the touch of love, everyone becomes a poet," suggests the transformative and inspirational power of love. In this statement, Plato highlights how love has the ability to bring out the poetic or expressive qualities within individuals. The idea is that love has a profound impact on human emotions and creativity. When someone experiences love, whether it be romantic love, platonic love, or love for a higher ideal, it can evoke deep and profound feelings. These intense emotions often find expression in artistic and poetic forms, as individuals are moved to convey the beauty, depth, and intensity of their emotions.
The power of love. No need to elaborate.
Number 4. The divided line, the Republic. The divided line, a concept introduced by Plato, serves as a visual depiction of two distinct realms of reality. On the visible side, we encounter shadows, reflections, and physical objects, elements that represent the imperfect world of appearances. As we cross into the intelligible realm, the understanding deepens. Here, mathematical forms occupy the first level, representing abstract entities like geometric shapes that transcend the physical world. At the apex of understanding are the forms or ideas, timeless and unchanging archetypes that Plato deemed the ultimate reality. This division underscores a hierarchy of knowledge, with the intelligible realm considered more real and substantial than the visible world. Plato's philosophy suggests that true wisdom emerges from delving into the abstract and eternal forms rather than relying solely on the fleeting and imperfect aspects of the visible world. The divided line thus serves as a metaphorical guide, encouraging a pursuit of knowledge that transcends surface-level appearances and seeks a deeper comprehension of the timeless and unchanging truths.
Elevate your mind. Think of Plato's divided line as a ladder of knowledge. The initial steps involve things you can physically see and touch. As you ascend, it becomes more elevated, delving into abstract concepts and timeless truths. The essence. The quest for knowledge should be a continuous climb toward deeper and higher levels of understanding. Do you agree that this helps explain the divided line? Before we share the remaining top 3 stories, please leave us a like and subscribe to our channel. With your support, we promise to work on developing and releasing more interesting content on ancient wisdom. And now, back to the list.
Number 3. The doctrine of recollection, Meno. The doctrine of recollection, put forth by Plato, posits that all knowledge is inherent and that individuals don't truly learn new things, but rather recollect what they already know from a previous existence or a realm of eternal truths. This concept is prominently featured in Plato's dialogue Meno, where Socrates engages in a discussion with Meno about virtue and its teachability. To illustrate the doctrine, Socrates uses an example involving a slave boy who, without any prior knowledge of geometry, is guided by Socrates to discover a geometric truth. Socrates contends that the boy must have possessed this knowledge innately but had forgotten it. This notion aligns with Plato's broader theory of forms, suggesting that abstract and eternal concepts exist independently of the physical world. According to Plato, the soul carries knowledge of these forms from a previous existence, and the process of learning is, therefore, a form of recollection.
Learn to listen inwardly. Cultivate the practice of recollecting knowledge through introspection and mindfulness. Open your mind and create space to explore the inner landscapes with curiosity and acceptance. Therefore, practice meditation to learn to listen to one's thoughts. Do you agree and do you meditate? Perhaps you should try it.
Number 2. The philosopher king, the Republic. The concept of the philosopher king is a political and philosophical idea introduced by Plato in his work The Republic. According to Plato, the ideal ruler for a just and harmonious society would be a philosopher king. This individual would possess both wisdom and a deep understanding of philosophical truths. In Plato's vision, a philosopher king is someone who has undergone extensive education and training in philosophy. This education is not only about acquiring knowledge, but also about developing a profound understanding of the forms or universal truths that govern the world. The philosopher king is expected to have a comprehensive view of justice, virtue, and the nature of reality. Plato argues that because philosophers are driven by a love of wisdom and truth rather than personal gain or power, they are best suited to govern. The philosopher king would rule not for their benefit but for the benefit of the entire society, ensuring justice, equality, and the common good.
A vote for the wise is a wise vote. Choose leaders who are smart, ethical, and care about everyone. Don't pick leaders who are only after power for themselves. Wise and good leaders make a better society for everyone. Do you agree with this distillation of Plato's The Philosopher King? And, don't you think this has become more relevant with the rise of populism in politics? Tell us what you think by sharing a comment below.
Number 1. The allegory of the cave, the Republic. In the allegory of the cave, Plato illustrates the journey of enlightenment and self-discovery. He envisions individuals confined in a dark cave, bound and facing a wall. Behind them, a fire casts shadows of objects on the cave wall, which the prisoners perceive as reality. The allegory suggests that this cave represents the material world perceived by our senses. Plato introduces the idea of a philosopher who, upon leaving the cave, experiences the blinding light of the sun outside. Initially disoriented, the philosopher gradually comprehends the true reality and gains a deeper understanding of the world. The allegory symbolizes the philosopher's journey from ignorance to enlightenment, emphasizing the transformative power of philosophical education. The shadows in the cave symbolize the illusions of the material world, and the sun represents the form of the good, the ultimate truth and source of knowledge. The allegory encourages individuals to question their perceptions, seek higher truths, and embark on a journey of intellectual and spiritual growth.
Find the light. Expand your horizons through learning and curiosity. The allegory of the cave teaches that education leads to a deeper understanding of the world. How can you apply this today? Try mindfulness and meditation for a richer, more enlightened life. Don't you think this is worth exploring today? There you have it, the top 10 wisdom shorts from Plato. Let us know in the comments below which of the wisdom shorts we shared you enjoyed the most. Feel free to also tell us which ancient philosopher you would like us to talk about next. Thank you for your time, but before you go, always remember that the wisdom from the ages, although ancient, still resonates as truth for today. Until our next episode, stay curious and enlightened.